If you're stuck at the 3-5 level, I don't think it's because you aren't talented. I don't think it's because you're too old. I don't think it's because you need a better paddle or because your technique's terrible. After coaching hundreds of players over the years, I've become convinced that the most 3-5 players stay stuck because they're simply focusing on the wrong things.
When I was a 3-5 player, I thought improvement meant learning more shots, hitting harder, and playing as many games as possible. But looking back, almost none of these things are what actually helped me become a 5.0 player. The biggest breakthroughs came when I changed the way that I thought about the game. I stopped chasing flashy pickleball and started playing smart pickleball. So in this video, I want to share with you the 8 biggest lessons I wish someone had taught me when I was stuck at 3-5. If you can begin applying these concepts, you'll not only become a more consistent player, but you'll finally have a roadmap to break through to 4.0 and beyond. Tip number 1 is to stop trying to win on every shot. Now, I know that sounds a little bit strange because of course we're trying to win points here, but what I mean by that is not every shot within a pickleball point is supposed to be a winner. Sometimes you're going to be at the baseline and you're not going to have anywhere to go to try and hit a winning shot. So on that shot instead, use it as a setup shot. Hit a drop shot, make your way up to the kitchen line, and play the point out from there. Not every shot is designed to be that big flashy winner, and that's what we see a lot at the 3.5 level in the game of pickleball, is everyone is trying to take balls down from their shoelaces down here, and they're trying to hit a winning shot off of that. And what they'll find is they're hitting it right into their opponent's strike zone, and then they're getting beat in that way. And it's purely because they're trying to win on a shot that they shouldn't try and win on. In contrast to that, what you'll see at the higher level, at the 4.0 level, is that players, oftentimes, they're trying to build their points, meaning they understand that this point probably isn't going to end on this shot right here. So I'm going to think 2, 3, 4 shots in advance to where, okay, if I hit this shot here and then I hit this shot here, eventually I'm going to get them out of position. I'm going to get a pop-up and I can take advantage of that and put it away there. And what you'll often find as well is that in pickleball, more points are lost than they are won. And what I mean by that is more points, the end result is an error as opposed to one of the teams hitting a winner. So if you can decrease the amount of errors that you're making, you're going to win a lot more pickleball points as opposed to trying to hit more winners. So take that in mind the next time you go out and play. Don't try and force winners, try and hit less losers.
Tip number 2, master the soft game before the hard game. Now I know in 3.0, 3.5 play, it's the exact opposite, and this is what we want you to not do in order to grow as a pickleball player. So in 3.0, 3.5 play, especially when I get on discovery calls, I say, hey, let me describe your game, tell me if this is accurate. You're just whacking the ball, it's haphazard, the people that you're playing with are doing the same thing, and the game of pickleball is way up here instead of down here, soft, unattackable shots. Yes, everybody agrees, that's how it is. So the misconception is that when you're doing that, when you're playing banger pickleball or just whacking the ball, you're always hitting offense, and this is so much fun because I'm just hitting the ball hard. But here's the thing, if you play soft, you hit structured shots where you set up points, you're actually going to have more opportunities for offense because you're going to force your opponents to hit those pop-ups, and then you're going to be able to have a legit offensive shot where you can put that ball away. So if you want to advance to 4.0, you got to stop just whacking the ball, you got to stop banger pickleball, and you have to be able to get better at the soft game.
Tip number 3 is to have a framework for every single point that you play. What I mean by that is within any given situation within a pickleball point, you want to have an idea of what kind of shot that you're going to hit. So for example, if I've served the ball just now and I'm waiting for the ball to come to me on the 3rd shot and I'm at the baseline, I know this is going to be a drop shot right there. And based on that, I'm then going to start to proceed forward this way. Now, let's say I make it maybe into the midcourt right here. It's kind of the same idea. I'm not at the kitchen line yet, so my framework for this shot is I'm going to go ahead and hit a reset right here. So right there, boom. And now I finally made it into the kitchen line just like that. Now, at this point within the point, right, I'm at the kitchen line. What am I going to do? Well, it depends. Where's the ball coming to me, right? So this is another situation where you have to have an idea about what you're going to do. If the ball is coming to me low right here, I'm just going to hit a dink, right? Just like that. I'm not going to go for anything super aggressive. I'm just hitting dinks. Now, if I eventually dink so well that I get a pop-up, which is going to be this guy right here, then I'm going to try and hit that ball hard, right? So that's the framework that we're going about. If you're at the baseline, or really if you're anywhere within the court that's not the kitchen line, we're hitting soft drop shots to get into the kitchen line. Once you get to the kitchen line, hit soft dinks until you get a ball that's attackable up here, and then take advantage of that ball, hit down on it, and win that point. That's the PaddleBoss framework that we want you to get in the habit of using.
Tip number 4, you need excellent looking pickleball shoes. Just kidding. Tip number 4, you need to improve your pickleball IQ. What I mean by that is you can grow as a pickleball player much faster if you become a smarter player than perfecting all of your perfect shots. You know, hitting the drop shot, drives, dinks, volleys, overheads. There's a lot to happen in pickleball when it comes to the shots that you're hitting. That will come with practice, with drilling over time. But the fastest way to grow as a pickleball player is becoming a smarter pickleball player, which you can do just by sitting, thinking about pickleball, and learning a good structure for the game of pickleball. A couple examples of bad decisions that you might be making is speeding the ball up below the net, haphazardly driving every third shot, hitting balls that you should let go out of bounds. Better decisions improve your game much faster than better mechanics. So if you fix these things, you'll end up winning more points just by playing smarter pickleball. If you're serious about getting to 4-0, we put together a free guide called the 7 Steps to Advanced Pickleball. It's the exact roadmap we wish someone had given us when we were stuck at 3-5. Just comment 7 steps below and we'll send you a free copy. All right, let's get back to it.
Tip number 5 is going to be learning to anticipate what your opponents are doing before they do it. If you watch the best players play this game, you'll notice that their reaction speed is really, really good, but it's not actually their reaction speed. It's them just anticipating what their opponents are going to do before they do it. That's why it's effortless and it looks like they're in the right spot at all times, because they can predict based off of a certain couple things that they know where the ball is going to come. A lot of 3-5 players play reactionary pickleball where they're just reacting to what is happening to them. We want you guys to be playing proactive pickleball where you know what's going to happen before it actually happens and you can anticipate that and then make the proper move before it actually happens. So a couple key things that you're looking for when you're trying to anticipate what your opponent's going to do, let's just say from the kitchen line, for example, are going to be their paddle angle, their contact point, and how large of a backswing they're taking. Based off of these couple key data points, you're going to be able to anticipate what they're going to do. So for example, if you're playing here with your opponent and you notice they have an open paddle face, they don't take very much of a backswing, and their contact point is going to be a little bit out in front of them, you can anticipate that they're probably not going to speed that ball up, right? Because it just doesn't look like they're going to do that. If their paddle face is open and they try and speed it up, that ball is just going to go way out of bounds. Now, on the flip side of that, if you notice your opponents, right, they like maybe get turned, they take a larger backswing, closed paddle face, and their contact point is going to be, you know, way out in front here. That's how you know they're probably going to try and swing hard, swing through and hit something hard at you. Based off of those key data points that you can just observe before it actually happens, you can get in a better ready position, get your paddle out in front of you, and anticipate what's going to happen. So that way you can play a good counter back at them. And that's just a great way to win more points at the 4.0 level. And that's what you'll see a lot of the higher level players doing, is anticipating based off of those data points what they're going to do.
Tip number 6, drill like you actually want to improve. Here's the thing about pickleball. We love to play. We go out and we play, but not very many people actually practice. When we were growing up, we would practice baseball, soccer, tennis. We'd practice 5 days out of the week. On the weekends, we'd have games. We practice so we can get better. For some reason, that's just not how it works at pickleball. We just have so much fun. The social aspect of the game is wonderful. I get it. But if you actually want to become a better player, you have to drill. Try and work in at least 1 hour per week drilling, because in a game, let's use drop shots for example, you're going to get 4 or 5 opportunities to hit a drop shot in a game. If you drill for an hour, you probably get 100 or 200 different drop shots. You need those reps in order to get better. So if you're trying to advance to the 4.0 skill level, you have to play like a 4.0 player and you have to practice like a 4.0 player. Get your reps in and drill like you actually want to become better.
Tip number 7 is going to be to simplify your game. A lot of players think that the way that you get better at this game is by adding more. Adding more power, more spin, more speed, and more tricks. The reality is, high-level pickleball is actually quite simple, and the second you start to try and make it complicated, that's when you're getting distracted from what's actually important. What's actually important is playing with high margin, making sure that you're not playing too low to the net or too close to the sidelines so that way you're missing balls that you shouldn't be missing. Or aiming for bigger targets, making sure that you're going to really consistent spots in the court, going to the middle, going to either one of their feet. These are good targets to go for. And then of course, just keeping the ball in play. If you're trying to end it too early, you're often going to play with low margin and you're going to miss balls that you shouldn't be missing. Consistency is what creates pressure in high-level pickleball. If you're able to play more consistently, make one more ball than your opponent, that's how you're applying pressure to them, and eventually they'll crack and give you a ball that's up here that then you can put away, or even better, they're just going to make a mistake. Consistency creates pressure. Remember that next time you get out on the court.
Tip number 8, start thinking like a 4.0 player today. The difference between a 3.5 and a 4.0 player isn't talent, it's how they think. The 3.5 player says, can I hit this ball? The 4.0 player says, should I hit this ball? A 3.5 tries to impress people, a 4.0 tries to make good decisions. A 3-5 player is obsessed with hitting winners. A 4-0 player tries to play more consistently. Finally, a 3-5 player plays reactionary pickleball, while a 4-0 player plays proactive, intentional pickleball. If you've made it this far, I hope you've noticed a common theme throughout this video. Becoming a 4-0 player isn't about learning one secret shot. It's about changing the way that you think about pickleball. That's exactly why we created our free 7 Steps to Advanced Pickleball guide. Instead of guessing what you should work on next, it gives you a clear roadmap to improving the right skills in the right order. If you'd like a free copy, just comment 7 steps below and we'll send it to you.
And once you've got that roadmap, the next question becomes, well, how do I actually follow it? That's exactly what we cover in the next video about our 3 S's of improvement framework. In that video, we'll show you the exact system that we use to help players stop spinning their wheels and start improving faster. Click that video and we'll see you over there.